Yo my people, welcome back to another episode of Project 30, a 30-day module where I teach you guys how to trade. Now you guys have already seen the title by now. In this video we're going to be going over psychology. Now the first thing I want to say is, before I get into actually how to fix your psychology, we need to understand one thing. A lot of people, they blame their psychology for the reason why they're unprofitable, when realistically it's not even that. It's a lack of a plan, it's a lack of actually having a good trading strategy that's backed by data. Like I said to you guys in the other episodes, there's a difference between a strategy and an edge. An edge is something that's statistically proven to make you win. A trading strategy you can just enter off of any fair value gap. Does that mean it's profitable? No. But that's what I'm saying to you guys. A lot of people, they use the word psychology as cope to the fact that they're unprofitable. So yes, even though trading is 80% psychology, without the other 20% technical analysis, you will never be 100% profitable. So make sure that you have a reliable trading strategy. For those of you guys that are struggling to find a trading strategy, make sure you guys check out the link in the description. That will take you over to all the advanced concepts. It'll give you access to live mentoring calls, weekly charting sessions, all of the videos you need in order to learn my strategy. Now one more thing I want to say is, originally I didn't plan to include the psychology videos into the free version of Project 30. However, when I thought about it, I understood that there are actually people out there that have a good trading strategy. However, their psychology is bad and they don't need mentorship, they don't need mentoring. So it would be wrong and it wouldn't make sense for me to include this into the paid version. Solely for that reason, I've left this video in there for free, because inshallah I understand that this video will help a trader become profitable after he fixes psychology. Nevertheless, we're going to be covering your over trading issues, your FOMO issues, your revenge trading issues, the psychological issue of you lacking confidence in a trade, closing out too early, whatever it may be. Inshallah, with this video, you guys will be able to understand how to fix it. And the first thing to fixing your psychology is understanding why you have bad psychology, understanding why you actually do these things. There's no cure to something if you don't understand why you're doing it. I can't just give you guys an actionable step to take and then all of a sudden that just fixes all your issues. You have to understand the real reason why you're doing this. So let's go over the main problem that people have: over trading or revenge trading. When I found my strategy, it took me months to be able to fix my psychology before I could ever get a payout. My strategy was working. I would get wins consistently. I would take a few losses, of course, that were part of the plan. But this brings back to the thing I said at the start. How do you know if it's your psychology or your technical analysis? And I simply knew this because when I went over my journal, I saw that all of my losses, literally 80% of my losses, were coming from re-entries, over trading, whatever it may be. And I simply looked at the wins and the losses that were part of my system, and that was profitable. Like if you added up all the amount that I made in that month and took it away from the losses that I took trading my system, that would be a profitable month. However, literally 80% of my losses were just wiping me out. It was the reason why I was blowing so many funded accounts, and it was also the reason I was losing a lot of money in these markets. Until I'd done extensive research, read trading books, whatever it may be, watched a lot of videos online and tried figuring out why I was doing this, etc. The first thing you guys need to understand is, when you're over trading, when you're trading with FOMO and you're revenge trading, when you're chasing out these setups, you're not thinking straight. Literally, as stupid as it sounds, you're not thinking straight. Now in your brain, there's something called the frontal lobe. This is literally, search up on Google, you guys will see. This is the part of your brain that is literally made for higher level thinking. It's the part of your brain that does the decision making. Whereas when you guys are over trading and you're FOMOing into these setups and you're revenge trading and you're just chasing it out, and it's literally like the caveman version of you. Does that make sense? The part of your brain that thinks survival, food, hunting, etc. Why do you think that when you're over trading and you're revenge trading, you're essentially trying to survive? Your account's in drawdown and your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between you being in drawdown, you losing money, and your life being at stake, essentially. So that's why a lot of people, they go into survival mode, and when they see these reds on their screen, they see their P&Ls down, they see that they're just taking 2 losses back to back, and that they're broken their plan and the market's taken from them. What do? They go into survival mode, they run into it. They run into the market trying to get back what was theirs. And you guys will literally notice this for a couple of days, a week maybe, 2 weeks. You guys will have perfect psychology, you'll be following your plan, everything's going well, you're good. And then that one bad day will happen and you just crash out. Why? You're the same person, nothing's changed. Within the span of one trading day, all of a sudden you went from being a profitable trader, trading good habits, to being the worst of worst traders, literally foaming into these setups, revenge trading. Like, you think at the end of the day, what are you doing? Bear in mind, nothing's changed, you're the same person, nothing in the external environment's changed around you. The only thing that's changed is what part of your brain you're operating out of. Does that make sense? Originally you went from thinking as an observer, you went from thinking as someone that makes good decisions, to now thinking as someone that just needs to survive. That's the main goal, survival. And it will leave you guys so confused because you overtrade, you will have this bad day, and you're thinking that you've just thrown 3 months of progress down the drain, all because of one day. And then after that, you just start spiraling out and just keep on crashing out for the next couple of weeks. And now you're thinking that there's no hope for you in trading. And you're also thinking like, why can't you stop yourself? It feels weird, but I'm trying to remember what it was like for me when I was back in that stage. But essentially it's like, you don't know why. You know you shouldn't be taking that trade, but somehow you just can't stop yourself. You physically cannot stop yourself from going and taking that re-entry, going and chasing out that bad quality setups. It feels so weird. You don't know why you're doing it. You can't stop yourself either. That's the worst part. And why is that? Your brain is the most powerful weapon you have. It's more powerful than your body. So when your body is trying to stop you from pressing that button and your brain is thinking to survive, we need to survive, no matter what, your brain will come out on top. Pause. Why for that? Now you guys are probably thinking, if you're in this helpless position where you can't even help yourself, how do you fix this problem that you have, this bad psychology issue that you have? And first one you guys to understand is, naturally, it's whatever you're going through right now is perfectly fine. It's normal. Every single trader had to go through that same exact journey. Name me a single trader that's made it and never said that they had bad psychology, never said that they went through a period where their psychology was all over the place and they were just blowing accounts. You have to go through it. And that's simply because out of curiosity, you're going to be taking these bad quality setups just to see, is it really that bad? Is it really as bad as people think it is? And there's a saying, you have to touch the fire before you know how hot it really is. Just understand, whatever you're going through is literally the last stepping stone before you reach profitability, the last chapter of the book. After that, wallahi, I promise you guys now, you'll reap all the rewards. Because as long as your strategy is literally proven to be profitable, it is inevitable for you to come out profitable. For example, if someone has a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio with a 50% win rate, no matter what, after 200 trades, like the maths, you can't word it around another way, the maths will never add up to make them unprofitable. They are guaranteed profitability. But like I said, fixing your psychology is literally the last thing you guys need before you unlock that next chapter of your life, inshallah. Now, as I was saying earlier, how do you fix this problem? This big problem that you have where you can't even control yourself. Remember how I said to you guys earlier, your brain is the most powerful weapon that you have. Simply right now, the current version of you, being unprofitable, being an overtrader, whatever it may be, you're using your brain against yourself. All you have to do is literally use the strongest weapon you have right now, which is your brain, and align its aims and objectives with your goals. Remember right now, the aim and objective of your brain is survival. It's not to trade profitably, or it's not to trade following your strategy, it's to survive, right? So all you have to do is shift your focus, as cliche as it sounds, shift your focus from surviving to just following your strategy. Next time you guys take a loss, hop off for the day. Just shift your focus away from the setup, aka survival, because your brain is thinking, if we take the setup, this is us surviving, and shift your focus over to me not taking the setup is also me surviving. Me not taking this re-entry with this bad quality setup is me following my plan, which will in the end lead to me being profitable, lead to you surviving. Whenever you take that loss, just step away from the market. The first thing, come journal at the end of the day, come journal at a time where you will never trade. But as soon as that trade hits stop loss, TP, whatever it may be, close your charts, go out, literally go for a walk. This is the actionable step. Get out of the environment that you're in where you're trading, go get some food, whatever it may be, just get away from charts after you hit that TP or stop loss, whatever it may be. Another rule I'd set for you guys is one trade a session. It hits TP, stop loss, you get stop 100, no matter what, do this for 1 month, exercise this skill in your head to just be able to take one trade a session and call it after that session. Come back New York, come back the next session, doesn't matter. But just for that one session, I don't care if you get stop 100, I don't care if spreads get you out, do not take that re-entry. Just do this for 1 month and this will be able to train the ability in your head to step back. Remember, the only difference between you taking a re-entry and someone that is profitable taking a re-entry is the ability to know when it's time to go and take that re-entry. Re-entries on trades are fine. Sometimes it will actually come in clutch, but there's a difference between re-entries with delusional analysis and re-entries because you have conviction in your trading ability. And that's why I say to you guys, only for 1 month, practice that skill of not taking a re-entry. And then you can do that for a month. Now you know that, bro, you've got the skill to not fall more into your setups. Then slowly, if you want, paper trade your re-entries, work your way back into taking re-entries when it is necessary. Do not abuse that rule, of course. And slowly, when you see that you taking re-entries is very rare and you're only doing it with conviction, then of course, start applying your real risk. But the key thing is you want to slowly progress. Remember, there's the same. You can never change your destination overnight. You can change your direction overnight. Right now, wherever you guys are heading, you're heading towards blowing accounts. You can't change that overnight. Overnight, you can't become profitable. What you can do is change the direction of where you're going to profitability. Do that for a couple of weeks, couple of months, and wallahi, bi'idhnillah, you will see success. And another thing I want to say is I never really understood this until I saw it for myself. Not trading is still trading, and you need to actually understand that. A lot of people, they hear it, it goes in the ear, it goes in the other. You need to actually understand that not trading is still trading. What do you do as a trader? You're just looking at charts. But 10% of the time that you're on charts, you're in a trade, but the other 90% you're just looking at charts, waiting for your model to form. So you not trading is you doing 90% of trading. And next time, let's just say you hop on charts, you're on the higher time frame, you're trying to find your daily bias, whatever it may be, and you're struggling to really understand where market's gonna go. It's not too clear, and you know, it could go up, it could go down. You don't have too much of a strong bias on price. You know you shouldn't be trading that day, and you should probably wait for more structures to form before you take a trade. This is what I'm saying. You're setting yourself up for failure. You need to understand that in that moment right there where you've got the decision to trade that day or simply wait one more day, wait for the daily candle to close, see how it closes, wait for more structure. By you making that one decision, you're just changing your whole destination. Whereas if you were to look at that as an opportunity to essentially grow, as cliche as it sounds, and an opportunity to become a better trader, to become a profitable trader, and an opportunity for you to prove to yourself that, bro, you don't have to trade every single day, then well done. Take that opportunity. It's the way you perceive it. You can either look at it as an opportunity to become better, or you can look at it as an opportunity to catch 2% on your funded account and pass the funded account. Does that make sense? Everyone gets presented the same information on these charts. Everyone sees the same candles on their screen. It's just simply how you perceive it. Remember what I said to you guys, the brain is the most powerful weapon you have. And one more thing I say to you guys that kind of helped me, at this current moment in time, it doesn't really affect me, but if I was to load up back in the day, like when I was first starting off trading, and if I was to go on Discord and I was to see that everyone's in a sell or everyone's in a buy, it would psychologically make me think that I have to be in a sell, I have to be in a buy. Alhamdulillah, I've got to a level now where wallahi, the whole world can be selling against me. I don't care. I'll still take that buy if I see there's a buy there. But what I say to you guys is, if you looking at other people taking a trade affects your psychology, then simply, bro, it's just get off Discord, don't go on Discord. Fix your psychology first, build conviction in your own strategy. And you need to understand, even if the whole world is selling and it's only you that wants to take a buy, as long as that buy is within your strategy and it hasn't invalidated your entry model, whatever it may be, take that buy. Because guess what? Even if that trade goes in and hits stop loss, you followed your rules. You didn't let another trader influence your decision. Does that make sense? Whereas if you were to go get lucky today and hit TP, you've installed a bad habit in yourself to follow other people, follow the crowd, and guess what's gonna happen? The next day when they also hit stop loss, now you're blaming yourself. Why did I follow these people? Why did I let someone else influence my decisions? Does that make sense? Understand that the more you risk, the more time that you're on charts, the more risk is exposed. Even if you're not in a trade, though, it's only a certain amount of time that someone can be on charts, get bored and enter a position. Does that make sense? So you just simply being on charts for too long, you're exposing yourself to the risk of even you putting on risk on the table, if that makes sense. You're exposing yourself to unnecessary risk, and yes, just because you can make more if you're on charts for longer, but the cost of that is a high uncalculated risk. The risk is uncalculated because you're not thinking straight. You're on charts for 8 hours a day. You jumped on London session, it's New York session, going into PM session, you're still trading. What are you doing? There's a difference between calculated risk and processing the information that the market's actually giving you and then just blindly entering the markets. Now moving over to FOMO, the fear of missing missing out. Now this is personally what killed me the most. The model's about to form, but there's a chance that it could buy off now and it's not going to suit liquidity, and I'll end up forcing out a setup, losing a percent, then I'll take the actual setup, lose another percent, and now I'm just spiraling out. And it feels weird because you're thinking, you're acting out of emotion. In these markets, you cannot act out of emotion. The second you feel emotional, close your charts, get off. Even some days you'll hop on the markets and naturally you just, for some weird reason, you feel a bit anxious about price, you feel a bit scared. Although that day is just not your day to trade. Even though you haven't done anything wrong, don't be on charts. The second that you're not in a good position to trade, mentally, physically, whatever it may be, do not trade. I need you guys to understand something. FOMO, the thoughts about over trading, revenge trading, they never leave your head. You just get better with dealing with them. That is it. Of course, as you go along in your trading journey, they get suppressed a lot more and it doesn't really come to your mind. When you first start off and the thoughts are strong, you got to understand that they will be there for a long time. You can't get rid of it. You can't get rid of that thought to enter a trade. But what you can do is control it. Think of it like any bad habit that you guys have ever killed, whether it be smoking, drinking, I don't know, but any bad habit that you guys have ever stopped, the thought still comes for you to go and do that bad habit. You've just learned and grown to control it a lot more. That is it. Also understand another thing. When you get FOMO, you're acting out of fear. Fear literally limits the amount of options that you see out that are available. And in this case, FOMO makes you only see one option available. Take the trade. In order to stop this, honestly, the best thing I can say is think like a profitable trader because you are one. A lot of people don't understand this, but a lot of people are actually profitable. They just do unprofitable things. They just follow unprofitable ways. Like I said, if the only problem you have in trading is your psychology and it's not your strategy, then you are profitable. You just do unprofitable things here and there and just ruin everything that you've got going for yourself. When you're acting out of fear and your internal vision of just looking for this trade that's in front of you, and you're not thinking about the bigger picture about profitability, of course, you're going to do silly things. Now with FOMO, understand one thing. You're better off being safe and missing out on a setup that might not go and tag you in and go fly towards your TP. And what's come to us, you followed your rules, you built a good habit, and you walked away essentially break even for the day because you didn't get tagged into your trade or the setup didn't form. And yes, you're thinking, oh, I could have caught the move, this, that, and I could have made this amount on my funded account. Deep it, you're talking about catching a move that wasn't even supposed to pay you. It wasn't even part of the plan to trade. Best case scenario, when that bad quality setup forms, when the setup is running away from you, etc., and you're getting FOMO and you want to enter the setup, and you just simply wait. Worst comes to us, it goes and flies off without you and you followed your plan, or it goes and hits stop loss and now you're thanking yourself that you followed your rules. And understand one thing, wallahi, there's no better feeling than following your rules. You can come into the day, anything can happen, win or lose, as long as you follow your rules and you know at the end of the day, bro, I follow my rules. I don't care if I made money, I don't care if I lost money. Wallahi, I'm telling you guys now, there's no better feeling. And also, let's just say a bad quality setup is forming. You know you shouldn't take this entry off this point of interest, whatever it may be. You know the analysis isn't even really there. However, you're still thinking about taking that entry. Just for the next 3 or 4 times that happens, just do this. Just for the next 3 or 4 times. Let that setup play out. The first 2 can go hit TP, I don't care. But the next 2 that go and hit your stop loss, you will thank yourself. And every time you're essentially there and you save yourself a loss from taking a bad quality setup, you're just reinforcing that belief inside your head that your FOMO isn't really good for me. And you also reinforce the idea that following your plan, following your rules pays you and not FOMO. Now I need you guys to understand another thing. In the market where there are literally no rules, anyone can go into the market with £1,000 and blow it the same day. No one's going to tell you don't take that trade. No one's going to stop you from taking the trade. Your broker is still going to process that trade. Your stop loss is still going to work. There are no rules stopping you from taking a trade. Unlike if you were to go to work and go make money. Unlike any field in this world, if you were to go make money, there are rules you have to abide by. And that's what I'm saying. In a market where there are literally no rules, you need rules to follow because otherwise you're going to go spiraling out of control. And that's essentially what you guys do. When you guys overtrade, you're spiraling out of control. There's no rules to keep you in place. You're not even following the rules. Another thing as well that really helped me is obviously I've got 2 monitors. Even if you don't have 2 monitors, have your phone open on this and have a trading view on your PC or your laptop. But essentially make a checklist. Go on Notion and literally make a checklist. Go on your notes on your iPhone app. Make a checklist of your strategy. This is the must-haves. This is the things I need in order, and keep that in front of you. And as you're trading, tick it off. And if a single box isn't ticked, just understand that if you take the setup now, this is FOMO, and this will protect you from taking these lower quality setups because you would have to be the biggest jolt man to have a list in front of you, see that this box isn't ticked off, see that you need a breaker structure, and still take the trade. You deserve all the losses in the world if you look at that checklist, see that it's not ticked off, and you still go ahead and decide to press that button. But that checklist there, it keeps you in check. Literally, you're there, you're just taking it off as it goes. That's when all the things are ticked off, you take the trade, you accept the risk, you've done your part in the markets, you followed your rules, accept it. And if it goes and hits TP, think cool, that's why I took the trade. You follow my entry criteria, I took the trade. And if it goes and hits stop loss, think cool, that's why I risked that much. That's the reason why I only traded once per session essentially. You followed your plan, it's a win-win situation. Another thing as well, with all of these psychological issues that you guys have, you need discipline. Without the discipline to act on these things, you won't be able to do it for long. You'll be able to go in for the next 2-3 weeks maybe, following your strategy, following your plan. And as soon as that day comes where you're lacking discipline, it will all go down the drain. And also with that checklist, you guys probably thinking, why would I need my strategy open when I know my strategy? I know what to enter, I know I need to look for this, that. It's not for that, it's for the day where you forget to follow your strategy. You need that checklist there. And like I said, no one goes into the market knowing that today is going to be the day that they overtrade. No one goes into the market knowing that today is going to be the day that they have a bad day. So you need to stay prepared for the worst case scenario. You don't know if today's going to be the day where you don't remember to follow your strategy well. So when that checklist is there, bro, you can't forget. I'm moving on to the next psychological issue that a lot of people have. It's hesitating on setups, hesitating to take their entries, or essentially analysis paralysis, where you're seeing all these things on the charts, you're seeing the buy and the sell, and you're seeing prices tapped into this point of interest, and you don't know if you should take the trade or not. The reason why you have these problems where you're essentially lacking confidence and conviction in your entry model is simply because you haven't traded it enough. You haven't seen it play out enough. You don't know what you're looking for in the market. You're just freestyling your trades. Every entry looks slightly different on your journal, and you have no boundaries to essentially keep you in check. And this is what I say to you guys: go and develop a profitable trading strategy. Now, cool, you have a profitable trading strategy. Why do you still lack conviction to take that entry entry model. That's simply because you have a lack of experience, right? Think of it like this. If you know that something works, but you've never seen it really play out enough times with your own eyes, you'll never believe it. If I come to you and say to you, yo, this is my trading strategy, it works, but you've never really seen it play out, you'll naturally just not have as much trust as I would do in this trading strategy. Simply get more market experience in. Wake up every session, forward test your sessions, paper trade. That will help you build confidence as well. Paper trading, why? Because it's not risk on the table, so you're not thinking about making money, you're just simply thinking about being a profitable trader, following your habits, being an actual good trader that's got good technical analysis. And over time, when you see your own trading strategy playing out, and you start journaling and you build more essentially data on your strategy, of course, the end result is you will have conviction in your own trading ability. Right now, when I'm in drawdown, if I'm ever in drawdown on an account, if I've ever lost in the day, if I'm down in the day, 2-3% down in the week, it does not bother me, it doesn't stress me out. Back in the day it would. Why? Because I don't know if I can get out. But over time, when you build experience, you learn to manage these losing streaks, whatever it may be, a lot better. You know that this is part of your system to take these losses. And the most important thing is you know that you can get yourself out because you've done it before. Another thing as well, the strategy's there, the entry model's formed, whatever it may be, point of interest has been tapped, you name it. Why do people still hesitate to trade? They know that the strategy works. And that would all simply lead down to the fact that they're trying to survive. Right? You're over risk on the position. Deep it. I could give you a paper trading account and tell you, would you take that setup? You press the button without hesitating twice. But the fact that you're hesitating to take it on a funded means that you're scared of getting essentially harmed, if that makes sense. You're scared of that loss. Like I said to you guys earlier, your brain doesn't understand the difference between you risking money and you risking your life. You risking getting harmed. So of course, if the threat is too big, aka the risk is too big, then you will hesitate to take that entry. You're scared to lose that capital. So simply under risk. Next time you see your entry model form and you're hesitating, go in low risk. Like if you were to risk 0.25%, you wouldn't care if that hits stop loss. Now you're thinking, oh cool, I can't make that much money. This links back to the problem at the start. You're thinking about money. You're thinking about the wrong things. Your brain is focused on the wrong things. The second you make that mental shift over to focusing on building good habits, focusing on actually becoming a profitable trader, trading like a profitable trader, you will see results. Forget the money. Wallahi, the money will come. And I'm not telling you guys to risk 0.25% for the rest of your life. I'm just simply saying for the next couple of trades when you're hesitating, which won't really be a long phase in your trading journey, but for the next couple of trades to build your confidence back up to where it should be, de-risk, build that confidence back up and start slowly scaling in more essentially contracts, more lots. And remember this, the next trade that you take does not define your trading ability. The next 10 trades don't define it. The next 100 trades, 200 trades, that's what defines your trading ability. Remember that the end goal is consistency, not perfection. Now finally, I want you guys to remember one more thing. You're trying to become successful in trading, right? You're doing something that 99% of people could never do. Everyone that starts trading walks down the same exact tunnel, trying to find the strategy, applying the strategy, trying to learn how to technically analyze the markets, fix the psychology, and then inshallah reach consistent profitability. We all walk down the same exact path, the same exact tunnel. That's why a lot of people that walk down this trading path, they don't see any hope. They don't see an end to the tunnel. So what do? They quit. They walk back out the other end. They come so far, lose so much money, and they think it's a scam and this, that, and they just leave it all. The fact that you guys have come this far, where you've reached the stage of just psychology needs to be fixed, and that's it. Why? That goes to show that you're a hard worker. You're nearly there. You pushed through this far. You found the strategy. You know how to trade. You've got good market experience in these markets. You're literally at the final chapter. And remember one more thing. Every time that you're about to crash out, every single time you're about to overtrade, revenge trade, FOMO into a setup, whatever it may be, if you just have the decency to wait, that's you one step closer to achieving these goals. If every single day you take a step in the right direction, across a month maximum, you're 30 steps closer towards being profitable. The next time you go into the markets and you're feeling that FOMO, look at that setup, look at that bad quality setup, look at that re-entry that you're about to take, and remember that if you just say no to this is you one step closer. That's it. Perceive it as an opportunity to become better. Don't perceive it as an opportunity to make more money, and make a decision off of that. With that being said, that's been it for this video. If you guys do need more help on psychology, make sure you guys go ahead and join Project 30. The link will be in the bio. We host multiple weekly calls where we break down trades, we break down psychology, problems like this. We run Q&As at the end of every single call, and I give every single member an opportunity to ask a question. Whatever problem that they have, I give them a more specific, actionable step for them to take. Nevertheless, with that being said, it's been your bro NFX. Take care, my people.